You can totally randomize a pattern. Usually the results are pretty chaotic, but you can clean up whatever reason gives to you. It's going to totally randomize a pattern. Let's see what we have. It looks so busy. Gosh. Well, let's see. I see kicks everywhere. It's a nightmare. The other tracks are not so busy. More kicks. I'm going to mute this track altogether. And more kicks. Let's see what we got. Not the greatest drum pattern in the world, but you never know. I might want to keep this pattern but play it through another kit and see what we got. So I'm going to open a totally different kit. Let's go with electronic kits, and let's try electronic kit number 6 and play the same pattern back, see what we got. It does sound better. I can change patterns on the fly. So you never know what you can come up with using these randomization options. Another command from the edit menu, randomize drum. Randomize drum is going to randomize all of the parameters that you have for your sounds, therefore tricking the drum in a very unexpected ways. Now, what happens if I want to load custom samples into my kit? If I want to load a custom sample, let's see, for example, this sound, I want to replace it with a sample that doesn't belong to the Reason library. So I'm going to get it from my sample folder, one of my personal libraries. Browse sample, click Reason browser, and these are the type of files that Reason will allow me to load. AFF, WAV, SF2 or recycle files. Let's go to the desktop. I have this some samples folder and I can preview them. Let's see. That's not the type of sample that I want to load here. I want something that is kind of short or some kind of spoken voice of an effect.
It's a nuclear device. You must find strength. It's a nuclear device.
Let's go for this one just to demonstrate that even if Redrum is a drum machine, you don't necessarily have to have only drum sounds. So let's go for this spoken voice. Here it is.
It's a nuclear device. It's a nuclear device.
You can hear it at a lower level and a higher pitch. So you might want to tweak that.
It's a nuclear device.
It's a nuclear device.
A few adjustments here and there.
It's a nuclear device.
And now let's see how that fits into my pattern. Probably I can have it as much as once or twice in my loop. Let's see how it works.
It's a nuclear device. 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 It's a nuclear device.
Fun. Now, for example, let's click here and assume that for some reason I'm not a big fan of this sound. With these arrows, I can select the previous or next sample on the folder, solo this track, and change the samples on the fly. course, you can select here another custom sample if you want to. Let's unsolo this.
It's a nuclear device. It's a nuclear device. It's a nuclear device. It's a nuclear device.
Once you are done with tweaking all of your parameters, loading your custom sounds, or maybe some other sounds that don't belong to the kit but they do belong to the Reason sound bank, you might want to save your kit. Remember, a kit is not a sample. A sample is a single snippet of digital audio, whereas a kit is a Reason type of file that is going to automatically assign 10 samples already. I'm going now to save my kit to the desktop. Say patch button to the desktop. Here it is. And now I can open it in any other Reason session or any other Reason system that I want. However, there's one thing. What about this sound?
It's a nuclear device.
That sound does not belong to the Reason Factory sound bank. So if I want to email to some of my friends my drum kit and they don't have this sample, they won't be able to hear it. What's the solution? I can email the sample on the side, or I can use the following workaround. Under the File menu, go to Song Self-Contained Settings. These are all of the samples that are being used in my Reason session at the moment. You can see all of these are in red and they're locked and they're part of the Reason Factory sound bank. So I cannot self-contain those samples in my song. I can, however, check on this one, the nuclear device file, and click on OK. Now I'm going to save my song. Save as, go to the desktop. And that sample has been now embedded into this Reason file. So if I email this Reason file to you, you will be able to hear that sound. You won't have the sample separate, but you will be able to use it right there, which is a tremendous advantage. We have covered Redrum extensively. I'm sure you're going to have lots of fun with the built-in sequencer. By now, your arsenal of music weapons should be growing. You already know 3 very powerful synthesizers and now this drum machine. Get ready for the next assignment, and next week we'll start checking samplers.